It goes into the oven next, right?
Right, that's an 84-inch wide oven press. The first segment where the bright lights are quartz emitters. And what the quartz emitters do is they heat up the glass and they heat up the spacer system. And what that does is it prepares it to be pressed into the 3/4 inch IG that's going to go into your window.
Okay, so that's actually what seals the glass, the spacer. Now we have a contained unit that will be assembled into the sash assembly.
Once the glass comes out of the oven, this is another thing that the New York sash window does that other manufacturers may or may not do. A lot of the windows that are manufactured nowadays are just insulating glass with low E. The New York sash product is special because there's double-coated low E, like I told you before. There's 2 chambers that are on either side of the low E. And what New York sash windows have is they put an inert gas in there called krypton on one side and another inert gas called argon. And what that does is it super insulates those pieces of glass.
And the process, this is the filling station here, so once they come out, all the gases are inserted into the sashes.
This is a specially calibrated machine, and what it does is it pumps the argon into the system. And argon is heavier than air, so it wants to settle to the bottom of the glass unit. And as it settles, it builds up from the bottom and forces the air that's in there out. And when the machine senses argon, it knows it's filled and shuts itself off. In the other chamber, we use an even more expensive gas called krypton. Krypton is much more dense than argon. So it does the same thing, takes a little bit longer to fill it, but it displaces the room air, pushes it out, and when it senses krypton, it shuts it off.
And that will give it the efficiency and just comfort, right? That's what, when people say I got a drafty window or I feel a draft, a lot of it's just from those convection currents.
Absolutely, absolutely. And all that is the air just emitting from the glass itself because it's so cold.
Now, where does the product go from here? We've got the sash, or the glass, the insulated glass unit. These are done. What's the next step in the whole process?
The next step in the process is this will be staged. Each one of these has batch numbers on the back side of the rack. From here, it'll go over to the window line later on to be joined up with the sash and the frame.
Okay, so the next step is going to be actually assembling the window.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at the top of the line and see how that all goes together.
Let's go cut some profile.
Coming up on Central New York's Open House.
And when that process is done, that frame of that window is actually one piece of vinyl.